guys, it's Jerry with Backyard Homestead. You know, there's a lot of people out there that make videos for gardening and trying to help other people out, teaching them things and all. But none of them really get really personal. You know, they show you what they want to show you. And video's over. You take from it what you can. And you move on. I got thinking about that. I'm one of them people that love to teach others, you know. And God forbid, I'm not the greatest gardener in the world. Hell, I'm not even an awesome gardener. I mean, I get by. I've been gardening for some 30 years now, and I've learned some things, and I'm still learning things. And anytime I can get anybody to get in the garden, it brings joy to my heart. So anyway, I got thinking, you know, nobody really gets personal. So I'm going to bring you into my world and show you how my day goes. And I'm going to do this in a series of videos so that you can follow me kind of from the beginning where I started and how the Backyard Homesteader begun. I'm going to do this with photos and video kind of mixed in together, because there's some things that I just can't show you now that I've already done, but I do have some photographs of it. So I hope you don't find this too boring or repetitive or whatever, but I'm going to take you into my world and show you what I've done since I've been here, and hopefully it'll help some people. If anybody out there can tell me a better way of doing it, you know, I'm like a new gardener, you know, I'm always eager to learn. But anyway, let me stop rambling, and I'll show you from the beginning, like I said, and hope you enjoy. Alright, when I first moved here, the only stipulation I had for my wife, we were looking for a house, I needed somewhere to have a garden. And brother, she done me good. Because right here I have an area, it's about a ½ acre. And I've done quite a bit with it in the last 2 years. I'm going to take you step by step, or try to anyway, and show you what I've done from the beginning. And it all started right here. These are my blackberries. And around here, I wanted to put grapes out here. And around here where I live, Welch's has, you know, big fields all over the place. So I went riding up there and I looked around to see what they had, and they had poles in the ground and some wire run across. So I said, well, I can do that. Well, I went to our local TSC, look at poles. They were $10, $12 a piece. So I happened to catch a sale at Lowe's for landscape timbers, and they were 95 cents. I haven't seen them that price since. But what I did, I took some landscape timbers and cut them to 6 foot, buried them 2 foot in the ground. And a friend of mine replaced his fence. He had an electric fence, and he put up that new nylon wire. And I asked him what he was going to do with the old wire, and he told me he was going to trash it. So I grabbed all that wire that I could get. And what I did is I drilled some holes through the poles, run me some wire, and there's my blackberries. And I've got a wire there and a wire at the bottom. And something I've learned since I've grown these, at one time I come out here and a lot of the stalks, like the ends here, were touching the ground. And I was going to weed around my blackberries, but the stalks had buried themselves. I mean, they'd rooted, right at the tips had rooted. And I got thinking about that. So I dug them up And at the time I only had 2 plants, and I said, well, you know, I wonder how I could get some more plants. So I took these tips, and I took a 5-gallon bucket with some dirt, and I stuck the tip right in the dirt. And every bucket that I did that with grew a new plant. So what I did, right here is a tip. I just started rooting. I come up further, and I just cut it off. And lo and behold, there was a new plant. So now I've got this plant. That's the original plant. That's a new plant. There's a new plant. That's another original plant. But I've got another new plant right there. If you notice how these plants are, they'll come down, and they're headed right toward the ground. So instead of letting them get to the ground, if you put a bucket here full of dirt, and let's let them grow, stick them down in the dirt, every time you do that, you'll have a new plant. And now I've got 2 rows of blackberries. I've got another row over that way, which I'll show you in a little bit. But anyway, to show you about the wiring and all, and I got to tighten this wire up. It loosens up every year for some reason. But I've got grapevines growing good. I haven't got grapes yet. I was told it takes a couple years to get my grapes, so hopefully I'll get them next year. But I planted blackberries, and I planted these grapes, and these are my raspberries. And on my raspberries, they spread so bad, I put a cross member across here, and there, and I've got wire on each side. And then I got my my raspberries growing in between, and it keeps them in a nice row. And then I've got more grapes here, and these are some small grapes, and I had a lot of space left over, so I said, what the hey, I'll throw some tomatoes in there. They did all right, but lo and behold, this year, so I can get out of the sun, I've got grapes, a whole 7 grapes. But hey, you got to start somewhere. Anyway, and then these are my other blackberries, and these are all originally started from that first row over there. I think I have like 8 plants on this side. So this was the beginning for my little backyard homestead. And I originally had a little 4x4 box here. I had like 6 strawberry plants in it, and all of them but one died. And the problem was the rabbits were coming in here, and the rabbits were eating everything they could eat. So what I've done, I started building these little beds here, and I'll show you the original bed. This is my first bed I ever built. Right here, it's got a top rail on it. And I think it cost me about 20 bucks to build this bed. It's 4x6. But I found a flaw in the bed. This rail is nice to have because you can sit on it and weed. But the problem is, it gives the place for the slugs to hide underneath. So what I started doing is this right here. I didn't put rails on top of these. And I built 2 beds, put my strawberry plants in them. And from 1 strawberry plant last year, I now have about 60. This one here is doing fairly well. I've actually got some strawberries on there. And as you can hear, we have a train coming, so I'll be right back. I live right on the tracks. I'll give you a shot of the train coming through. Okay, the train's gone. Sorry about that. Like I said, I live right there on the train track, so. But anyway, let's continue this. And I just want to apologize about ramble sometimes. I'm not very good with video cameras and on video. I'm kind of a quiet person, so. But I'll do my best, and I hope you can bear with me. Anyway, I've got this area here, and hopefully one day I'm going to put some chickens back here. I had them back here when I first moved here. But I had a rooster, and I got a lot of complaints. And so, nobody told me to move them, but out of being respectful to my neighbors, I got rid of them. And I wish I had never done it, so eventually I'm going to get some more. And I'm going to raise a few quail and maybe some rabbits and all. And I want to raise bees. I want to raise bees so bad. Anyway, I've got a lot of nice trees here too. These are blue spruce. Beautiful trees in the wintertime. But anyway, let's continue this. So I built the beds. And I built 1, 2, 3, that's the original. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And these beds are nice because there's so many things you can do with them. Like that one there, I put a trellis for peas or beans or whatever. But I got that done. And so I got fruit, I got vegetables, well, I got berries, got vegetables. I got thinking, well, I need some fruit trees. So one day, while shopping for some flowers for my wife at Lowe's, they were having a closeout on the fruit trees. And here is how I got my orchard. I paid $5 a piece for these trees. They were during the closeout. It was close to fall. And I've already got peaches from that one and that one. I had an apples on this one, but last year we had like, I don't know, some freaky warm spell, and then it got frost again and it killed all the blossoms. So I really didn't get a lot this year. But I've got my orchard. I've got 9, 10 trees here. Got a couple more I want to get. And then I grew this garden here for the food banks. But I've got to figure something else out to do because I can't get in there and work a garden like I used to. I don't know if you noticed, but I bounce a lot when I walk, and it's because I broke my back 10 years ago, and I broke it in 2 places, and it's really hard for me to walk. I got a lot of nerve damage. And I can't get in there and work a garden like I used to. So I'm hoping to go to all raised beds. And I'm cleaning up this area over here, and I'm starting to put beds in. So anyway, so after I got the beds done, I thought, well, wow, I need a good place to raise some seedlings. So I built this little hoop house, and it's not the greatest, but it serves my purpose. I'm gonna tell you right now, excuse the mess inside because I just packed up everything for winter. Because around here we get some really deep snows. But it's just a simple little hoop house. Oh boy, and it's hot right this second. I've got it framed out. 1/2-inch PVC. And I put a top rail up there to keep the snow from collapsing it. Because I lost a 12 by 20 a couple years ago due to snow. I come in here and I built some shelves. And I grow some stuff down here in the summertime. The bottom, I start my seedlings down there sometimes. And it serves my purpose. And we're getting there. And my goal here just to grow as much as I can to feed my family. And I've got my wife into where she enjoys canning now, so that's a big help to me. I can concentrate on the garden and she can do the canning. But anyway, this is chapter 1. I'm going to call this In the Beginning. And it kind of lets you know how I got going. And it's going to continue as I go. And I hope you come along with me on my little journey toward building my backyard homestead. Maybe you can learn something. If you've got something that you can teach me, I'm more than eager to learn. And the next phase is going to be right here. I'm going to concentrate on building some more beds. And as this ripens up, I'm going to move all this stuff and put even more beds. And I'm thinking about maybe even building a bigger hoop house that I can grow in the wintertime. But we'll see. But the main thing I did to make this video, to let people know, you know, you can do it. It takes time, but you can do it. I'm disabled, and I'm on a very tight budget. So if I can do it, you can do it. Just got to look for bargains. If you need seeds, I have seeds out the wazoo. I'll be more than happy to help you. Oh, let me show you one more thing before I close this. I had my blueberries back there by the cedar trees, but that rabbits eat them to the ground. So now I got them in these 5-gallon buckets, and they seem to be doing better. Got a lot of new growth this year out of them. Plenty of blueberries, and so they're doing better now. So anyway, I'm gonna close this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Just want to bring you into my world, kind of share it with you, let you know who I am and what I'm about. And I hope anybody out there that makes videos, you know, help somebody out. Do good in this world. There's so much bad. We need to change. So anyway, God bless you all. Hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll continue watching, because I've got lots more to come. And God bless. Thank you.